Hey, South Bay. I'm Jeff Pollard at solarpowerthepeople.org and Jeff Pollard 11 on Instagram. We have another great episode with another great guest. Who are you? What are you about?
My name is Sue, and I am a life and business coach. I'm also a mom to four.
A mom to four. Whew, all right. So awesome, because she's not only juggling life, but then she's juggling her career too. Tell me about this coaching. What do you do? What if I needed help? What are the first steps to get to you? And what do you do to help me?
The first step is always a consultation. This way I can hear about all of your big grand goals and dreams for your life and your business. And then on the consultation, I also share how my coaching can help you actually get there. I show like a super simple roadmap so that you actually understand and feel like, hey, I can actually do this. And then when we actually do coach together, again, my coaching style is keeping the strategies really, really simple, but then helping you to kind of shift your belief system, change the way that you think about life and business so that you can begin to just create everything that you want to be creating in your life.
Now, is there like any forms or anything to fill out? Is there any like weird insurance thing? I always wonder with this type of stuff. Do I need that to get to you or to get started?
No, I would say just booking on my consultation link, you can answer a few different questions so I can have a little bit of an idea of where you are in your stage of entrepreneurship or just like even life goals. And then anything else you sign is just like a contract for a coaching so that we are both on the same page of like how often we're meeting and how long we're meeting for.
Okay, I was going to ask you that. I was like, okay, so that actually is a case by case where I go, okay, I can only meet a day, or I want to meet every day, or I need to meet 3 hours in that day. So you can handle most of that?
Yeah, I would say that we can create like a custom package, but having worked with so many clients, I have a general, I guess like a standard offer already that I know that is effective for every single person so that one, they feel like I'm helping them along the way enough, but then also two, so that I'm not holding their hand too much.
Okay. Yeah, there's some truth. Like, I think we as creatures naturally want to then lean and use her as a poor crutch, and you're like, no, you need to branch out.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so if we kind of get started and all that, how does it like work? Like, how do you motivate me? Like, I guess a better way to put it, not my question more so, but do you have an anecdote or a person? You can leave out personal information and names, but do you have anybody where you're just like, this is what they needed help with, this is how I helped them and stuff? Give us an idea.
Yeah, for sure. I would say one of my most recent clients, which I feel like is, I don't know if I would say my biggest success story, but the fastest growth, I would say, is this person has been in business for decades, and they came in just really like overwhelmed and feeling like their life and business was very chaotic. And so they really just wanted like a peace of mind and to be able to like hang out with their family without feeling guilty for not being in their business. But then also when they were in their business, they wanted to actually be able to focus and not feel guilty for not being at home. And so what the first thing that we did was just really like reorganize their priorities, because oftentimes as entrepreneurs, we think that our priorities are like making money and marketing and going viral. But it's like, no, what are your like overall in life and business priorities? And what we realized was like, one, being with God for her, and then two, being with my family, and then three, maybe like self-care, really like filling yourself up so that when you're in your life and your business, you can show up in both places really, really just thriving. And so first we just identified new priorities, and then we created a super simple schedule so that she could have time for literally everything that she wanted to do. I think that's one of the biggest struggles when we're trying to reach our goals, is like the excuse is always, I don't have time. But I always say I'm a mom to four, homeschooling and running my business, and it's like we always have time to do the things that we actually want to be doing. And so that's actually one of the big things that we work on, is we start taking out everything in your life and in your business that you don't want to be doing, and it's actually not helping you get to where you want to go.
That's actually a really interesting way to look at it, because it's like sometimes you do, oh man, I didn't realize that, like, it could be even something positive, like I do a run, but it's like the hour of the day that I choose to run might not be appropriate for like the scheduling I need to do. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong with that example, but anyway, thank you for sharing that kind of like work-life balance for this person. Now, is there like, let's say somebody also wants to like listen to some advice or anything? You wouldn't have like a podcast or anything.
Yes, I have a podcast and it's launching in August of 2024. It's called Life in Business. And that is where I literally take, my coaching sessions and I bring them to the podcast so that people can hear the strategies that are, again, super simple for you to start implementing into your life so that you can, build a better business and actually live life well.
So I don't want you to, obviously she needs to make her dinero and whatever, but like, is there some quick advice, something that, maybe the general public hasn't quite heard too often, but just something to kind of like jumpstart their life, or something of that nature?
Yeah, I would say the biggest thing that anybody can do, whether you are an entrepreneur or not, like literally in any area of your life, is focus on being intentional. And that probably doesn't sound any crazy big life-changing advice, but when you really start envisioning like what is the actual kind of life that I want to have in 3 years, 5 years, and 10 years, or what is the career or business that I want to have in 3, 5, 10 years, then you want to come back to like today and just be like, okay, what can I do today to intentionally start getting to that place? What can I do this week and next month to actually start getting there? And when I say like being intentional, that also means, hey, maybe I'm not going to watch Netflix for 5 hours, and maybe I'm going to go fill out my business license application that I've been wanting to fill out for the past 5 years, right? And so just being intentional about your time and making sure that whatever events or gatherings or anything that you're adding to your plate or to your schedule is actually going to help you reach your end goals. So cast a vision for what kind of life, career, business you want, and then get really intentional with the steps that you're taking to actually get there.
Okay. Another way is like I'm kind of one of those where I need to see like bullet points and stuff like that. And so she would probably actually be able to help you to do that if that's the personality you want. But like sometimes you go, I want to do this. Well, it could be obtainable. You just have to actually like map it out. Like she was saying, be intentional. Like you go, if I cut this, I have more time for that. And to get to that, I need to talk to these people, do these things. And it becomes a subcategory of list. The list is big, but it might get you to where you want. That's just another way to look at it. Please correct me if I'm wrong or you have another policy. But thank you. I do like to end this with kind of this fun, random question of, and you probably already said it with your intentional thing, but like when you like to make the world a little bit better, a little less stressful, a little something of that nature, what is something that you do? It could be like you go for a run. It could be you read a book. What's some advice? It doesn't have to be work related. It could be work related, but like what you like to do to make the world a little better, a little less stressful.
I would say that I like to go hang out by myself, like literally just by myself. I think that oftentimes we feel like, oh, I need people there. I don't want to feel embarrassed, but I'm like, I love to go to restaurants by myself. I love to go to the beach by myself. I love just doing things by myself because what that really does is it gives your brain a mental and emotional break, because if there's other people there, then you're really like trying to be present and engaging with them. But sometimes our brains really just need to shut off for a second. And so for me personally, I love just like hanging out by myself once a week.
Well, terrific. Thank you so much for having this chat with me. All her information will pop up where information can be found and pop up. And thank you so much.
Thank you so much for having me.
All right. Take care, everybody. Hey, everybody, I have some exciting news. I wrote another kid's book, Uncle Duncle. I drew the pictures, I wrote the story. Please support, I'd really appreciate it. I also wrote The Giraffe and the Lion. That's another one, so collect them all if you have kids or if you don't. It's just a fun read. Really appreciate it. Take care, everybody.